My life had come to a screaming halt. It was just, I was the most pathetic being on the face of the planet. All these people that were my friends, all these people that were so involved in my life, in the world's sense, suddenly everybody was gone. I'd lost my wife, I'd lost my children, I'm all by myself. And there was this night when it was in the early hours of the morning, I'm standing in the middle of this car park, nobody is around me, it's pitch black, there's no stars in the sky, there's no moon to be seen, it's just pitch black, and I'm standing there and I'm like a baby just crying because I'm standing in this blackness realizing I'm all by myself. I've got nobody. I know there were people loving me, but the lie of the enemy had me in this place thinking that you're all by yourself, Chris. You've lost it all. You've blown it all. You will never get it back. And I was on the edge of this precipice. It was so insanely dark and depressive and horrible. And I'm standing there and I'm looking up at the blackness and I thought, it can't get any worse than this. Is this really where my life has led me? Is this really what it's all about, to be here? I used to have friends. I used to have people that were around. My house used to be like a train station. People were coming and going all the time, but they were coming and going for the wrong reasons. They weren't coming and going for me. They were coming and going for what my life represented then, and it was all bad. And that's the thing, the world will be there, the world will lift you up, and the world will encourage you, and the world will be there right alongside of you as long as you are playing their game. But the moment you stop, they're not there. I know it's true. They're not there. It's been 25 years now since I stood in that place, in that dark place. Because I stood there in that darkness, I stood there in that blackness, and I looked up into this dark sky feeling like, well, I've got nowhere to go. I've got nothing to do. This life, it's come to this. And as I lifted my head towards the God that my mother had told me about as a child, but I didn't know, I looked up and I said, so this is all you've got for me. It can't get any worse than this. And the moment I said that, I kid you no lie, the moment I said that, the sky just opened up and the rain just pelted down on top of me. And now I stood there in the blackness and the wet and the cold, and it was miserable. No one to touch me. No one to lift me up. No one to encourage me. It was over as far as I was concerned. In my head. Oh, but how wonderful it was when just a very short time after that Christ comes into my life and Christ touches me and takes me from the blackness and the darkness of the life of this world of sin and death and brought the light and the hope of God's glorious kingdom into my heart. What a glorious thing it is when He touches us. When the world won't, but He does. Because you know what? When He touched me, you hear me say it all the time. I've already said it today. When He touched me, when He touches you, the moment He puts His hands on your life, guess what? He will never, ever take it off.